I'm Rachael from Barfoot Thompson, and today I'm really happy to be joined by one of our fabulous branch managers, Tony Buckwell. Tony's the branch manager out at our Te Atatu branch, and I'm really excited to understand about how he got here and who he's looking to have come and join him in his branch. Hey Tony, how are you?
Hi, very good, thanks Rachael. Thank you so much for coming to my home for this today as well.
My pleasure. It's a beautiful day they've put on for us. Well done. You can control the weather as well as be an amazing branch.
I try my best.
Very cool. So let's start talking about actually sort of where you were before you came here, right? So what was your life like before real estate? What were you doing?
Well, as you can imagine, there's probably people from all walks of life that end up in real estate.
Yep.
It's probably not first career for most people.
True.
I still think from my interactions with people that my past is a little bit unique, and that I haven't met other real estate professionals who came from a firefighting background, and that's what I did for 24 years as a full-time professional firefighter in New Zealand.
Wow.
Working my way through the ranks there, and it was a great career.
Yeah.
And that took me through to my mid-40s, and that's when I decided I needed to try something different for the next 20 years, so yeah.
That is, as you say, quite unique. You know, the fire service, it's quite a command and directive culture. Come into real estate where there is a lot more autonomy. What made you choose real estate?
Look, I think I was just looking for a new professional challenge, and I think a lot of people get to that stage in their life where they feel they do need a change from what they're doing, but the hard part is answering the next question, which is, but what could I do?
Yeah.
So I spent a few years considering that, and I'd always had a fascination around real estate. My wife and I have bought and sold and renovated a few homes, always been interested in the process. And although you do think of the fire service as a little bit military and hierarchical, it's also very much about working with people.
Sure, makes sense.
Pretty much whenever you're called out, someone's in trouble and you're going to sort of help them through that situation. So real estate to me was in some ways, had some connection, some transfer, and that's what I thought I'd be quite keen to try. Came into it obviously not knowing at all if I was going to be successful, but just thought, you know, this is really, I'm naturally drawn to this. This is what I want to do next.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me about that journey then. So you turn up in real estate. Where are you? What branch are you working for? What brand are you working for? Talk to me about
Barfoot Thompson, West Harbour. First place I got my start in real estate, and I loved it there. A fantastic culture, a fantastic manager. Obviously, the company support I got was incredible because I started from zero, no knowledge of, I had no sales background whatsoever, and just found my home there. So I ended up staying at that same branch. I did move to a satellite branch in Hobsonville Point, which is close to where we are today, but that's all under the same umbrella of the same business and the same manager. And just found my home there. That's where I developed my business, grew my business. And so I was in that selling role for 8 years before moving into my current role as a branch manager myself.
Wow. So branch manager, Te Atatu branch. Talk to me a little bit about what it is about that branch that makes it so special, because it's interesting. Every time you talk about your branch, you just light up. There's something special about Te Atatu.
Yeah, well, it's the team. It's always a team. If you listen to anyone that's got a great business, it's about the people.
Yeah.
And you know, I inherited a wonderful team there, and since then I've sort of continued to invest in it. You know, some people have left, new people have come. But the key thing for me has always been the people that I invite to join our team have to fit our value set and our culture there.
Cool.
And that's what we've maintained. I don't feel like that culture of the business has been lost in any way through the years.
No.
And so we've got a really amazing team of experienced, passionate people there who their main focus is delivering excellent customer service. That's the forefront of all of their thoughts rather than being money driven.
Nice.
And so as a result of that, we have an incredible loyal customer base, an amazing sort of Google profile, an amazing local profile in our communities. And you know, we're winning awards as a result, which is, you don't do business to get awards, but if you do it well, sometimes the recognitions come.
Yeah.
And in our case, I've been really proud of that. So I just really love the people there. We're all on the same journey, the same mindset, and we have the same attitude and work ethic and focus, even though we're all the salespeople or individual business people. Collectively, they all do their business in a similar way.
No.
Yeah.
And so if we're looking at someone coming to join Te Atatu, Barfoot Thompson,
Yeah.
what are you looking for in those people? What are the qualities, the values, the skill sets that you're looking to come and add to that amazing team that you have?
Yeah, so there's two really quite distinctly different sides to that. One you've mentioned is the values side of it. That's critical, even if I met someone who I felt had incredible business acumen and experience, but I could sense through the interview process that their value compass was, maybe a little bit off from where I would need it to be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily offer them a position.
Okay.
I'd much rather have someone who's displaying the ethics, the values, even the traits, that I think are going to, one, work well for the team, and also have likelihood to be successful in the role. So that's really key, and that's why I will speak to someone 2, 3, 4 times.
Great.
It's not just one-off interview, yes, here's a job. I want to do repeat chats and get impressions and see what their communications were like back to me after we've met. How does that come across to me? Because that's how the communications will eventually come across to clients and customers. In terms of the skills side of things, you don't always meet people who have got experience in real estate looking to come to real estate. Yeah, exactly. So although it might be nice having someone knock on your door who's already experienced and wants to relocate their business to you, the majority of people expressing interest are actually coming from other industries, a whole range of ages and backgrounds. So that's where I'm more looking at the transferable skills. Have they had any past experience that I think will lend itself really well to the role? But also just that they really understand what it is they're stepping into. Because it's one of the most misunderstood professions, I believe, out there.
Okay.
The external impression would be, all you do is you wear a nice suit or a nice business attire as a lady. You drive a flash car, you sort of meet people at coffee shops and have long lunch meetings. And just smile at an open home and the money just pours out of the tree. You've got to wonder what on earth you're going to do with it all, And I think probably some of that comes out of the reality TV type, the Selling Sunsets type, program that people watch and think, I could do that, The reality couldn't be further from that example. So I have really robust conversations with people about what the reality of life as a real estate agent is. And fundamentally, it's not a job, it's a business. And they need to have the mindset of they're coming into this to grow, establish, nurture, and make a successful business out of themselves. And that is a completely different mindset to I'm coming to be given a job. When you're given a job, you just turn up for work, you do what you're told to do, you get paid, you go home. That's not going to grow a real estate business. So I spend a lot of time with newer people to the industry, really explaining to them, this is what you're going to need to do in year 1, year 2, year 3 to establish a sustainable business that's set for growth, to be successful for the next 10, 15, 20 years, however long they want to do it. I
really like that, because that concept of it's a mindset. You talked about transferable skills, and it sounds like that's one of the biggest transferable skills, your ability to change your mindset, to think of this as a business, not a job. And if you've got that sort of a mindset, regardless of whether you've been a fire service, you've been a teacher, you've been in HR, whatever it is you're bringing across, it's that change mindset, that ability to look at this differently.
And I fundamentally understand that, and I think that's why I am so helpful to new people, because I came from, a salary and wage earner, doing my job professionally, but it wasn't my own business. I trained as a firefighter and as a fire officer. When I started in 2014, I really had to just learn from scratch. This was my first time growing a business. So the first year for me was just all about establishing my business building blocks. I really didn't have a mindset on earning commission at all. I literally just parked that and just said, I'm just going to focus this first 12 to 18 months on doing everything that my manager has told me I need to do and my trainers have told me I need to do and real estate coaches have expressed this is what you need to do. I don't try and be cleverer than really clever people. I listen to what they say, this is what you do, and I just did it. I didn't try and reinvent the wheel.
No.
And by doing that and just committing to it every day, every week, it was successful for me. I grew a very successful selling business that within 3 or 4 years was one of the top individuals in my region. But there was no magic to it.
No.
It was literally hard grind and really focusing and applying a business plan, and it worked. And I always remember the early chats with my manager and him saying, when I wasn't getting all the early listings, I was no immediate star. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But he could see what I was doing, and his message was really consistent to me. Tony, just keep your prospecting, your business plan, your business development activities you're doing, stay committed to them. You're planting seeds that you will reap from in the future, and I did, and it did work, so yeah.
So, you talked about your manager there, and you mentioned at the beginning, who you work for and who you work with is really important, right? So tell us a little bit about Tony outside of real estate. If someone's coming to work with you, you're the branch manager at Te Atatu, they're coming in, what do they get? What's Tony like outside?
Well, outside of work, I'm a family man. I've got 2 adult age children now, one of them in university, the other one in his last year at high school. Very family focused. I've got a big family. We're like Italians actually. When there's a birthday, we have 20 or 30 people around for every birthday, lots of noise, lots of interaction. And I think for me, that's an important part of me as a manager, because when I look at my team, I don't look at them as just commission earners or property managers. I know them all individually. I know their family dynamic. I know who's got young children or whose children have gone, and who are getting closer to retirement, and who are thinking about starting a family in the future. Because everyone's got different demands at home that influence them at work.
100%.
And as a manager, I think you've got to be really effective at understanding that there are times where people just need to be given some space, and they're not being slack within their job. They literally just need some time. They're working through some really important stuff at home, and when sometimes people do need a little bit of a
action,
come on, what's going on, with you. But I really regularly catch up with my team, and that's the way I keep up with what's going on with them, both professionally within their businesses, and if they trust me, they'll share what's going on a little bit outside of that as well.
Absolutely.
So I always felt like my manager was very much that nice mix of understanding his people and their personal settings, but also invested in their professional development. The major part of my role is supporting and growing and helping my team be the best versions of themselves. I don't list and sell property anymore.
No.
So I go to work in the morning, I leave it in the afternoon. The whole gap of time in the middle is about what can I do to help my teams do their jobs better, develop their skills, grow their business, get more confident, whatever it might be. That's my job.
And so that's your job, that's what you do as a branch manager. What about the company, Barfoot Thompson? What do they make available to the new recruits into your branch? Is there that real support?
Yeah, amazing support network. Literally, you couldn't do it all yourself as a branch manager, because it's a very big role as a branch manager, and you can't spend every minute of every day just with your newer people, for example. Barfoot Thompson has set up amazing systems now. Training support for new licensees is incredible. We've got Base Camp program, which is giving them all of the basic understanding of all our systems and early activities as a salesperson.
Perfect.
Once they've gone through that, we have a Pinnacle Performance program, which is a world-class sales mastery course, and that's more about, okay, now you understand the fundamentals, we're going to give you some skills and some tools to use to actually really accelerate your business. We also have an onboarding coach who comes out when a new person's in the branch for the first time. They're not there just looking around wondering what's happening. They'll literally have someone sitting next to them, guiding them through their setup and getting them on board with all our apps and our processes and our software and all that. And then ongoing for salespeople, like right through their career, as you would know, we have an amazing training team.
We do.
And there is just programs, and there's touch points for whatever someone is feeling they need a bit more skill development and a bit more knowledge in.
Yeah.
There is training available, and it's free, and that's the amazing thing.
Absolutely.
We're such a big company and so well resourced that a salesperson at our company has just can tap into an unlimited resource of support and training.
Yes.
I know that other companies will provide training, but generally speaking, it's user pays in those other models.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, if you're here, it's laid on for you.
Yeah.
All you literally have to do is just log in, register, do the training, and keep growing.
Take the earnings. Now, real estate in general, as you say, you mentioned earlier, it's got a perception, and there's reality TV to thank for that.
Yeah.
Where do you see real estate in the next few years going forward? How has it changed from when you entered it to now? And the people who join your branch now, what are they going to be experiencing in the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay, really good point, especially with the rapid advancement in technology. So the big advancements, like when I was going through sales, was more just the proliferation of social media. But that's been around for quite a while now.
Yeah.
The new big disruptor, if you like, is AI.
Yeah.
And there's, in the AI space, even as a company, we've incorporated some incredible tools that are just helpful to people to speed up their processes or create better content or whatever it might be. So I feel like it's important to recognize the technology and not be scared of it.
Yep.
Learn, work out how you can utilize it to make your business more efficient or create better content, whatever it might be. But fundamentally, it's still a people business.
Yeah.
And I think this is so, so important. I don't think you could come into this profession as a new person and just sit behind a dashboard of social media, info shares and AI created stuff and just sit back and push all this out to the ethos and then grow into this incredible real estate agent. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
This is still an industry or a profession, where people are going to be entrusting usually their biggest asset in their world over to you to help them through a really important phase of their life, buying or selling property. So no one's going to do that if they haven't met you, like you, or trust you. So although there's lots of new technology coming in, and 100% learn it and learn how to utilize it, but it's always going to be a people business. So the better someone is at networking and meeting people and getting in front of people and becoming known and working with community groups and supporting their schools and doing all the things that I used to do, those are going to be the key things to future success. I still believe that.
Yeah.
I know that there's this narrative that AI is going to completely take over everything and all these professions are going to die. I guess I can only think to myself and my wife, if we were looking at selling our home, there's no way I'm going to rely on some AI generated robot or something to decide who we're going to work with. Just wouldn't do it.
No, you want to meet them, introduce yourself.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is Te Atatu, Barfoot and Thompson, and the fabulous manager, Tony Buckwell. Hey, we'd be really interested in seeing how you could contribute and join the wonderful team. So please feel free to reach out to Tony whenever you're ready to make that move.
Thanks, Rachael.
Thank you, Tony. Absolute pleasure.